They said Eli Carter wasn't man enough long before Clara Whitmore ever met him, whispered it in saloons and church steps and behind gloved hands at Sunday dinners, said it with pity or mockery depending on who was talking, because Eli didn't drink, didn't boast, didn't fight, didn't chase women, didn't brag about land or cattle or scars, and in a town that measured manhood by noise and violence, silence was mistaken for weakness. So when Clara's engagement to him was announced, the town buzzed with cruel curiosity, some wondering why a woman as poised and educated as her would bind herself to a man who spoke softly and kept his eyes lowered, others betting, openly, that the marriage wouldn't last, that she'd regret it by winter, that a quiet man couldn't satisfy a woman with fire in her eyes, and Clara heard it all, every murmur and sideways glance, every poorly disguised laugh, even the ones meant to protect. Yet what none of them understood was that Clara hadn't chosen Eli because he was loud or dominant or impressive on horseback. She chose him because, in a world of men who tried to take, Eli was the only one who waited, who listened, who never once made her feel like she owed him anything, and still doubt crept in on lonely nights, seeded by repetition, because rumors repeated often enough start to sound like truth. And even on her wedding day, as she stood in lace borrowed from her mother, she wondered, just a little, whether the town might be right, whether gentleness could truly stand firm when the door closed and expectations pressed in, while Eli, standing alone in the small bedroom they would soon share, folded his coat with steady hands, not nervous, not afraid, but resolved, because he had lived his whole life knowing people saw only the surface, and tonight, for the first time, he intended to let actions speak where words never could. And as the house settled into silence and the last lantern dimmed, two people stepped toward a moment that would quietly rewrite every lie ever told about them. When the door finally closed behind them, there was no rush, no awkward fumbling, no need for bravado, only a stillness that felt intentional, and Clara noticed it immediately, how Eli moved with calm certainty, how he met her eyes not with hunger but with respect, as if this moment mattered too much to cheapen with haste, and something in her chest loosened, because the man the town mocked stood before her unshaken, present, and fully aware of the weight of trust being placed in him. And instead of proving anything, he protected it, guiding the night with patience so steady it felt like strength, not absence, and as hours passed, not measured in acts but in closeness, whispered truths, and the safety of being truly seen, Clara realized how wrong everyone had been, how manhood was never about force or noise, but about responsibility, restraint, and the courage to carry another person's vulnerability without dropping it, and by morning the rumors had already lost their power, though the town didn't yet know it, because Clara walked differently now, with certainty instead of doubt, and Eli greeted the sunrise the same way he always had, quietly, except now the woman beside him knew the depth behind that quiet, and in time others would too, not through gossip but through the unshakable way their marriage endured, proving that the strongest men rarely announce themselves. They simply show up, again and again, until even the loudest doubters fall silent. If you believe stories about quiet strength deserve to be told, don't forget to subscribe. More powerful, emotional stories are waiting for you.